I'm Mark Jolly. I'm a psychic, a modern-day oracle.
You have a question you'd like to start with?
Although I've been blind since birth, I have the ability to see things that others cannot. When I touch somebody's hand, I get flashes of their past, present, and future. I've teamed up with one of North America's most talented mediums.
I'm Laura Warren. I've been communicating with spirits since I was a child. As a professional psychic medium, I act as a conduit between the living and the dead.
Laura and I are on the road, putting our psychic skills to the test, investigating paranormal mysteries in some of the oldest places in North America. While we tap into our psychic ability to solve the case, outside experts use logic and science in an effort to debunk the supernatural.
It's a dead zone.
I did not find anything that could be interpreted as ghosts.
In the end, it's up to you to decide, is this place haunted or not? Sightseeing.
We're in the community of Hampton. We're on the shores of the Bay of Fundy.
I can feel all the twists and turns in the road.
Yeah, lots of farmland here. And we're going to Barbara Nichols' home. She's got some pretty strange things happening and a lot of different types of activity.
I'm Barbara Nichols, and I bought this house about 20 years ago, I would say. I was coming down my stairs, my stereo system spontaneous came on, the radio came on. I couldn't explain, I just thought, oh, that's weird. The gate swung with violent force and made the dogs jump, made me jump, my husband, what's going on? From there, I had things flying off my stove, off my window. A fire extinguisher had moved from its corner location, and it was right in the middle of where I had to walk through. It had moved 2 feet. So with Mark and Laura coming here, I would really like some input on what could possibly be going on.
Hampton Cemetery, right there.
Oh, the cemetery.
And here we are at Barb's house now.
Perhaps that could be the explanation for
some of the activity.
Yeah, some of the activity, yeah.
Oh, it's a cute little farmhouse. There are goats and some chickens.
Sounds like paradise.
Hello, welcome to my home. Nice
Hi,
to
Barb.
meet you.
How are you? I'm Mark.
Mark.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Laura, nice to meet you
Nice
also.
to meet you.
I understand there's all kinds of activity around here.
There's some things going on, Mark, I must say.
Let's find out what they are.
Well, come on in, welcome to my home.
I love it. It really is that farmhouse feel.
Thank you. Over here actually is a thing that just happened just a couple weeks ago. This little leopard went flying off and it landed in a colander right on my counter at a diagonal. I know gravity. Gravity takes you down. It doesn't fly on a diagonal, so that was the strangest thing.
When we came up to the property, we're walking in, it just feels like energy popping out of the ground, like all these little almost bubbles. So I can feel like this is a very active place.
Well, come on over.
Okay.
I'm going to show you an area that there seems to be a lot of activity going on here. One evening, I thought I saw something out the corner of my eye, and with that head turn, the gate went like this.
So when the gate slammed, the dogs didn't move?
Well, they looked towards the gate, but they didn't, bark or
didn't react?
respond in that way. They, all heads turned to the gate, yes.
Wow.
But they didn't
They
run
didn't
up?
get after it, no.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll see things that we won't.
And then my wood stove, see this beautiful trivet my husband made
Oh,
it.
it's beautiful.
I was just standing across the room and it flew off the stove, hit the floor, did a couple of rolls, and landed on its
And
feet.
it's so heavy. Like,
It's very heavy.
Mark, I want you to just feel this because I know it's like a big horseshoe, like horseshoes made into
That's
a
right,
trivet.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So its occurrences right in this local area or other places in the house?
There's other places in the house, but there seems to be, like would be my corner of things falling and flying and slamming and...
I think I have an idea of what might be happening, but I think we need to investigate a little bit more.
Okay.
And if there's more areas that you want us to see, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, there's more.
We're gonna come up the stairs here, Mark.
Yeah, watch your step. There's a rail. So this is my bedroom in here, and there's been some strange occurrences. One evening, it happened in May, and I was having a little rest on my bed.
Okay.
I was dead asleep, and there was a pinging coming seemingly from one spring in the bed, and it was going pong, pong. But it was going deep into my belly button that I was feeling it internally in my body.
Okay.
So I don't understand what it's about.
Prior to this house,
Yes?
did you have anything like that happen?
In every house that I've owned, I've had not this type of thing, but some strange occurrences that are left unexplained that I just have to bite the bullet and ignore. It's like, this is what made me nervous. I've never been nervous up until now.
But that's what happens when we don't understand something. It can be scary. So that's why we're here, to help you understand what's happening.
That's right, yeah.
And then you won't be afraid anymore.
Barbara and her husband Michael agreed to share some rather puzzling footage they captured on their new video camera.
Okay, you ready? We'll start it.
We're gonna show you the little video we took back in November.
Okay.
Did you see it? Like, it comes right through the rail, and then it shoots up to the corner of the room. But then there's a second one coming through at the very end, and it's a little bit slower and not so erratic. See that one?
I saw that one too. So Mark, watching the video, it looks like a bright globe that's kind of traveling through the room from the hallway where all the activity is. Can you tell me, like, what happened? How did you get to take this video?
I'd bought a new trail cam. I was unfamiliar with it. I'd taken a few stills, and I wanted to try the movie feature. So when she came in, I played it, and then she got all excited, right?
I think the smaller dog almost looked like the dog did see something.
You can see his eyes there.
He's looking right
one
over
little
at
guy,
Michael's
he's
big
looking
foot
at
there.
me, right?
Yeah.
Cameras pick up a lot of things that our eyes don't see. Lots of people send me videos of orbs, and that looks to me like that is
real one.
a real orb, yeah. We already know we have so much activity in that hallway, you know, and things moving and that kind of thing. And a lot of orbs, like pictures and videos that we take, sometimes you can explain it away, but that one's a little bit hard to explain.
I think so too.
Yeah.
To unravel the mystery behind the strange activity here, Laura and I need to get to work.
Okay, so we're coming into the area that Barb was talking about, sort of this little hallway here.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on right here.
My first feelings and impressions when we came here, we came into the home, it feels like energy coming up from the ground, but it's not consistent. It's like bits and pieces. So it can be very intense in one moment and not so much the next. So almost like bubbles popping up out of the ground. The cemetery's there, but a lot of old farmland, they did bury their family right on the land. So yeah, we're definitely in a place where there's lots of energy that seems to come up from the earth here.
Right here in this area, you know, it's very intense.
Well, to have like that heavy trivet fly off the wood stove, to have like a fire extinguisher move to the middle of the hallway with nobody to do that, or the gate to slam so violently, there's stuff happening here. So we're at the kitchen sink and the window here where Barb has noticed some activity. And she showed us this little leopard guy here. Let's just say a gust of wind came and blew it off.
Ends up in the sink.
Ends up in the sink, exactly.
She said it came down on a diagonal, probably 8-10 inches away from the wall.
For me, that is like another indicator that we have spirit here trying to give a message. I think we can really help her to settle things down. And often the center of it is sometimes the person who is, you know, experiencing some change in their life. So I think your reading's really going to help her.
Barb, I've been looking forward to seeing your hands. This place has got a lot of activity in it, and I'm interested to see if you're affecting it or if it's affecting you.
Okay.
I just need to smell eucalyptus oil and on goes the psychic mind. What I saw is a satellite dish. Some of the things that go on around here, they've probably gone on previous years, like before you have moved here. It started off quiet and it's been getting louder and louder and louder. Yeah, and whatever's going on here is trying to get your attention. And that's why it gets louder and louder and louder. And I see that it has more to do with you than it does to do with this home. So like people say, is my house haunted? Okay, well,
Right.
sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it is you who's bringing the spirits forth.
That's what I always thought. It was like attached to me. Like it's not just this house, right?
Probably the people who lived here before you probably had no occurrences,
Yeah.
but these occurrences, they've been following you. Like you're drawing them in as opposed to you coming to them, okay? When you hear the gate slam, for example, well, that might frighten you, but these are all things to catch your attention.
Somebody or something, an energy is definitely getting my attention.
Meanwhile, Laura is tapping into the spirit world to determine exactly who or what is trying to get Barbara's attention.
Connecting with spirit is a way of kind of hearing, feeling, sensing, seeing energy. It's energies of many different types of beings. So we are in Barbara's bedroom where she's experienced some odd physical sensations and sounds that seem to be coming from the bed. My process, how I get information, when I come into somebody's home, I open up my energy centers to receive energy information, intuitive information that we can't see with our physical eye. So it feels like to me that energy comes up through the ground here. And sitting here in the room, I don't think it's necessarily connected to the bed. It feels like more to me that Barbara's in the right place at the right time and she's shifting as a spiritual person. So she experienced this right at the level where our third chakra would be, so what we call the solar plexus. And that's an energy center in our body that tends to hold a lot of emotional information or a lot of emotions from previous experiences. And to me, this whole thing feels like she's clearing out those old emotions and that old baggage so she can move through some hard things in her life and moving into maybe a better experience. And that feeling that she had here, to me, feels like more like a release or like what we might say like a cleansing of that old energy that she doesn't need anymore.
As Laura and I concentrate our efforts on the spirit realm, another investigator arrives.
I'm Daryl Walsh. I'm a paranormal analyst. Most supernatural things are very simple. There might be footsteps, might be a vision. This place, however, is different. There's a wide variety of phenomena here. A nice little farm, very welcoming, and it doesn't look like the place that you would expect to find strong poltergeist-like phenomena or paranormal phenomena. First, I checked out the kitchen. At the window, the little leopard statuette. I can see how it can fall. This part of the valley, mini earthquakes all the time. This is part of the Appalachian mountain ranges, so I can see how it could fall. Jumping in here. What I can't see is how it made a 90-degree turn and landed in the colander on the counter. That's just beyond the science of physics or the science involved in parapsychology. So with that one, I can't explain that. From there, I went to the trivet. Okay, the metal trivet. How did you manage to bounce twice and end up 3.5 feet away from the stove? Unless there was a 9.6 earthquake, I can't see how that would fall off or what vibration could possibly even do that, unless something exploded inside the stove that they were burning at the time, and even I'm reaching for that one. So that's another unexplained one, no idea. Next we come to the gate. Well, the gate is very light. So it's understandable that it would move with the littlest of vibrations, a breeze, anything like that. However, that's not what the gate did. It supposedly smashed against the bottom of the stairs and then smashed back against the wall. Any movement of it, general movement, real movement of it, I can understand. The smashing, I can't. So I went up to the homeowner's bedroom. This is the one where she's feeling vibrations and sounds coming up out of the bed. The bed springs in the bed vibrate at certain levels. 99.999% of the time, they won't vibrate unless they're introduced into some sort of stimulus. Since we're on the Appalachian Mountains, the micro earthquakes might have just happened to coincidentally vibrate at the right spot to make them do that. In which case, then, she would have felt the vibrations through her body. Because it's such a variety of phenomena here, it's definitely a dream for somebody who's looking for the paranormal.
Laura directs her focus on Barbara's garden area.
So I was really drawn to this sunflower here. It's just outside the kitchen in the house where a lot of the energy seems to all line up with all the activity that's happening inside. It's not usual to see a plant growing out of a sidewalk, and the energy is really, really excited and kind of like a little mischievous too. To me, it looks like a fairy shrine and gifts for the fairies. Somebody who's intuitive might do this and not really even quite understand that they're appeasing the fairies, but this is something absolutely that you would do. You'd set up a shrine or something to give back to them. They absolutely can be mischievous, and they absolutely like attention, and they like to be known that they're here. So if anybody's paying attention at all, they're gonna ramp up activity to show their presence. And a lot of times fairies, they demand a certain amount of respect. If you respect them and you listen to them and you respect the land, they're usually just fun and playful, but I wouldn't test them.
Back inside, Daryl Walsh continues his investigation.
So have a look at this orb video. In the 90s, they started to shrink cameras. For the point and shoots, they became tiny. Problem, the flash is too close to the aperture. So if anything quickly goes by that lens, it's going to be out of focus. It picks up every grain of dust, every droplet of moisture, every single insect, and they all are usually transparent, and they're bright if they're close enough, of course. So it started off this whole orb phenomena in the late 90s. This is rural Nova Scotia, which I love. One thing I don't love in rural Nova Scotia is the bugs. That video that I saw of the supposed orbs were just two insects flying extremely fast, too close to the camera for the camera to lock onto them and understand what they were. I've never been in a house with such a variety of disparate phenomena as this house does. Usually they're connected. That's what makes this, particular haunting so intriguing. So we come to the big question. Is this house haunted? I have no idea.
So Laura, what kinds of things have you picked up on?
There's fairy energy. So this energy of fairies they just love the fact that Barbara and Michael love their animals so much and that they love the land so much. If there was different people living here and they didn't appreciate this place, then maybe the fairies would be unhappy. So I do believe that Barbara herself has gone through sort of like a spiritual journey, and some of the things that have happened to her here, it's almost like taking somebody who's sensitive and putting them in a very active energy area. So for me, this property in this house is active energetically. And then you add Barbara to the mix, who is paying attention, who is aware, and who is also feeling it on a deep level. It's actually helping her through her own spiritual kind of path. So I'm excited to talk to her, and I'm excited to introduce her to her spirit family that's here and looking out for her.
Yes, I think she's going to be very excited to know that it's fairies, it's not demons.
Yeah. Well, I hope she didn't think that. Oh my gosh, that would be terrible.
It would, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Barbara, I'd like to thank you for having Laura and I in to conduct our investigation. We've had some pretty interesting findings. Both Laura and I have got the feeling that we're dealing with fairies, and the spirits that we're seeing, they're not malicious.
Oh.
Do you feel comfortable with fairies dancing around?
I am so excited. You guys have validated me beyond belief. I've lived with such incidents my whole life.
I felt like they were really just wanting to show you that they're here. And fairies can be a little bit demanding in the amount of attention they require. So I think moving things around and things going missing, we can absolutely say that that's attributed to them because they want you to know they're here, but they're also here supporting you. They're here supporting what you're growing and supporting the animals too. As long as you and Mike are here and you feel like you're honoring the land, I feel like you're gonna have many happy years here.
Oh. Well, I hope so. It is a dream home for me and Michael, and we do put a lot of energy into our home. So for the fairies to be having a party on my tree, it's an honor, right?
I'm so glad we could come and do this.
Thank you so much for coming.
It was a pleasure.
I can't believe that you really came here, that you found something that you could explain that's unexplainable. Right?
Some may attribute the strange events at Barbara's house to earth tremors or flying insects. Those who take a closer look may see the incidents as the work of powerful, mischievous fairies.
Executive producer Johanna Elliott. Supervising producer Jennifer Como. Series director Donna Davies. Hosts Mark Jolly and Laura Warren. Director of photography Mark Hammond. Integrated described video consultant Ron Rickford. Development and production executive Andrew Morris. Director programming AMI TV Brian Perdue. Vice President Content Development and Programming John Melville. President and CEO David Arrington. Ocean Entertainment Limited.
Produced in association with AMI.